Hello and welcome to this episode of Passport to Payments. I'm Mikkis from Enfuce, and with me in this episode I have Luuk from Last Mile Solutions.
Hi everyone, my name is Luuk van Kuik, Strategy Director at Last Mile Solutions. At Last Mile Solutions we offer a white label management platform for our customers, and on top of that we provide all additional in-house built services like billing and collection for our customers, CPOs and MSPs, but also for their end customers like the drivers and the fleet managers and the companies. And we do that in full Europe, and that's a bit in short what we do.
Thank you. Fleet behavior is changing, partly because of EV electrification. What is it that you see that businesses need to look at in order to scale their EV operations?
Yeah, I think we see three trends at Last Mile Solutions. So I think from a fleet perspective, one is that we see that fleet managers really want real-time data insights. So they want to see driver behavior, they want to see energy cost, regular cost, etc. But also the infrastructure performance. So with charging, you get a lot more insights because you have it on premises, but also you're charging publicly. But at all, they want to have, like, if possible, instantaneously, real-time, available and integrated. That's the first, I think. Second, I think what they really are striving for is like operational simplicity. They have mixed fleets, right? There's transition from fuel to fleet, and you have the hybrid cars, fuel cars, but also the full electric cars. There they have mixed products for. So they have now a lot of providers offering them a service, and in the end they look for a simplified solution. And that's also what we tend to bring in Last Mile Solutions, to simplify. Yeah, so that's, I think, another trend we see. And then the third is, I think, about simplifying or more flexible payment methods, especially now when you look at what's all out there in the market.
Yeah.
See fleet managers having, for example, one business card for travel expenses, one business card for fuel, one business card for charging. So yeah,
all from different providers.
All from different providers. Yeah, exactly. And so in the end, all that data is not real time there due to market maturity, but also, yeah, it's for them it's quite a hassle, and it's becoming more and more complex. So those are the three key things I think we see it from our perspective.
And this second question is a bit related to that. What's an overlooked challenge in scaling EV charging networks that you think we should solve now rather than later?
I think the key thing is, if you look at the EV charging, so how our market started was like, how can we scale this market as soon as possible, right?
Mm.
So we neglected all regulatory, I'm just exaggerating a bit,
of course.
We neglected a lot, also in terms of security and for example, our card technology that we use. So in our market, 99% of all transactions are being done via MiFi RFID technology, but then not the full implementation of the technology in the readers and the charge points. Now we just pass, for example, the UID encrypted, etc., to the system.
A very bare standard
Exactly.
solution.
Yeah. So we did some standardization in the charge point to the back end and between partners, but then in specific technologies, which I think, one of the key things now to standardize is payments, because the first innovators or the early adopters, they were all business drivers, tech enthusiasts, and they all were okay with this. But now you see the trend that regulation steps in because the volume grows, and the second step is that the consumer market kicks in. So no longer only the business drivers who don't care if there's some fraud or whatsoever, because the business is paying, and just being blank here.
Of course. And now the mass market and consumers are coming in, expecting.
Exactly. They want to have security, they want to have seamless experience. The fleet on the B2B side, they want an integrated experience for their drivers. They want mobility budgets. But there's especially also security. So now we take that risk for our customers. So we do a guaranteed payout for our customers. But we see the fraud cases rising in our industry, and now it's becoming real big.
No.
And if we don't solve that, then either regulation steps in. So far we could have been always ahead of that by innovation. And that's also what we try to do with Last Mile Solutions. So we see that with new payment technologies like open loop technologies, we can tackle these, we can reduce the number of fraud, we can provide a better user experience in payment, but also for the whole charging experience. So we really see it as an opportunity instead of a threat.
Exactly. And the energy transition can feel quite complex for many businesses. You're moving from historically using fuel-based machines, and now you're moving into EV.
Yeah.
How do you simplify that journey?
So we see a lot of different movements in that sense. So we have businesses where it's top-down forced. They say, at our customers, we go all electric, right, from next year on. Or some lease companies, they push that. But then you have the consumer market, right, as well. And that's in the end the biggest market. So it's really a mix there. But what we see for our customers, which are the charge point operators and the mobility service providers, they struggle with the complexity of the whole ecosystem. Because it started with just automotive. The car becomes electric, but then you get the energy infrastructure with it. So there's grid restrictions in certain areas in Europe where you can't get a connection anymore. How do I manage that?
Yeah.
But there's also then the payment part. And then the payment industry came in, like with regulation that you also have to provide ad hoc payments.
Yeah.
And our customers, honestly, they don't care because they just want it solved, right? So, and where we really believe in is that not offering just a SaaS platform, but offering the platform with additional services that we take away their pains and we bring them in-house and take away those for them, turn them into value-added services that they can have a turnkey solution and don't have to think about the complexity because they want to focus on their core business, and which is operating a charge point or servicing an EV driver. And that's why we really believe in at Last Mile Solutions.
Well, look, thank you so much for coming on. This was very interesting. Thank you, Luuk.